big increase in the floor we put on people's wages. And what we've done is gone and used some work that was done for a think tank called the Resolution Foundation, which is, quite frankly, a think tank on the left of British politics. But they did a lot of work on this, and they thought if you set the living wage at this level, that would support family incomes. And I think that's a sustainable way to proceed. And it's been very welcome. But look, I think it's important for people to realise this doesn't sit by itself. It sits alongside lower taxes for people. Everyone going out to work watching this show will see their taxes come down and keep more of their income tax free. It means lower taxes for business. It means a welfare system that's more sustainable. If you don't do all of those things together, then it wouldn't work. That's why it is a new contract with the country.
Chancellor, is that £9 in 2020, is that guaranteed?
Well, that's what we want to see, and I'm absolutely determined.
In your speech yesterday, you said you've set that. You've said that you've set it at £9. We were looking at a clip earlier, but you're saying that actually it's not set. It's not guaranteed that you will get to £9.
What we're doing is setting it at, to be technical on the show, 60% of median earnings. In other words, we've taken the earnings in the economy and say the floor should be 60% of the average, or the median. That's a very technical answer, but if you project it forwards in real cash for people, that's well over £9 by 2020. So we've got a good margin there. And I'm pretty determined it will be £9. Ultimately, it'll be a decision for ministers, for the government to set the rate, and I'm making a promise that I'm going to deliver, so it will be £9.
One of our viewers, Andrew Joy, tweeted in saying, can you ask the Chancellor why working families who rely on tax credits should suffer? Because at the end of each month, we're going to be worse off because of the situation now. He would get a higher paid job if he could. They just aren't there.
What we're doing is controlling the cost of these things, because everyone pays for these. They don't come out of nowhere. And the cost of tax credits has gone up and up and up. So we now spend £30 billion a year on these tax credits. So I've made some savings from them. But look, what I can say to your viewer is this: if you are a typical family and you're working full-time on the current national minimum wage, because of the national living wage and because of the welfare savings we've made, you will be better off. And for those who are working on salaries a bit higher than the current minimum wage, you'll also be better off, because there will be a ripple effect as wages rise. And some independent people who looked at the budget said that would mean 6 million people seeing higher pay. So it is a new contract. Look, I'm absolutely clear. We are making savings in welfare. They're difficult decisions, but the country has to live within its means. But at the same time, we're making sure that people get higher wages. And I think that's a fair approach, and I think that's the new centre of British politics.
Even the Daily Mail this morning, which has got extremely supportive, positive headlines for your budget, George slays the dragons. If a family was looking through this and thinking, am I a winner or a loser? It says here that a low-income family, one parent works earning £20,000, but with their benefits cut, or capped rather, and their tax credits cut, they're going to be £2,000 worse off, whereas a couple with joint earnings of £100,000 will be £241 better off. Are you comfortable with the fact that this low-income family is so much worse off as a result of these changes?
First of all families are better off when you live in a country that has economic security. I'm sure your programme, has over the last few days covered what's gone on in Greece and what's going on in the world economy. So, Britain has economic security when many other countries do not. Second, I'd say if you're a low-income family and someone is working on the minimum wage in your family, or indeed just above it, then you are better off as a result of this whole package. But yes, I've had to make difficult savings in welfare. That's because the country couldn't afford this welfare system. When I became the Chancellor, 9 out of 10 families were in receipt of welfare payments, means-tested welfare payments, tax credits. 9 out of 10 families. How is that possibly affordable, since we can only collect taxes from 10 out of 10 people? And what we've done over recent years, including in this budget, is reduce that to 5 out of 10 families, the poorest half of the population. And I think that's what the welfare system was designed for. It was designed to support people who need our help. But it was also designed to say to people, look, you have to go out and work. And there are lots of people watching this programme who are getting up and going out to work and working really hard for their family. They are the people that I want to support. And whether it's the new national living wage or the new free childcare we're offering, or the tax cuts we're offering by allowing you to keep more of your income tax free, these are the ways we help the working people of Britain.
Chancellor, one last thing. There's lots of commentators in the paper and lots of people watching your budget yesterday. Many of your supporters saying that a lot of this budget is about you ensuring that you're going to be prime position to take over from David Cameron when he eventually steps down, and you keep Boris Johnson out of the way. What's your reaction to that? Do you fancy being Prime Minister?
No, I fancy being the Chancellor of the Exchequer, doing this job, supporting the people here in this factory in Lancashire and across the country. No, that's what I'm focused on, and it's a real privilege to be able to give a budget. But
if the opportunity arose, though,
my responsibility.
If the opportunity arose, would you take that?
The opportunity doesn't arise because we've got a really strong Prime Minister in David Cameron.